If you've seen my video on undergoing a spiritual awakening and the signs that you get before you start going through it, this video will help you follow up on that, because sometimes when we go through a spiritual awakening, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. I'm going to talk about these symptoms or the signs that you might not be aware of when you're going through a spiritual awakening, so that you can take better care of yourself and your energy and your well-being as you're going through it. The first one, you might feel like you are questioning who you are. You are questioning the life you're living. You are questioning the job you have. You are questioning your values. It might seem like you are on the verge of something big, but a lot of times that big thing is scary, and so it prevents people from fully stepping forward and making the move, because it's easier and more safe and comfortable to stay where you are. But when these things happen, when you start questioning things, it's not to hurt you, it's to help you. And it's because the things you're questioning are not aligned with you right now, and they're not aligned with who you want to be in the future and who you will be after you undergo the awakening. Number 2, you might feel really emotional, and this might mean that you feel like you just can't get it together. Things that you felt like you've already overcome, things that you felt you've already healed and moved through are coming up again. And this isn't your fault, and it's not because you didn't heal, it's not because you didn't do what you were supposed to do, it's because the version of you who already healed the cycle is now not you. You are stepping into the next version of you, so things might show up again. Patterns or stories might show up again, so you can heal them at the next level. I always say, don't feel like a failure if you're going through the same lessons or the same cycle. It's not you. It's the fact that you are stepping into a higher version of yourself, and you are learning lessons in a different way. The third one, sleep is a big one. This is actually what I started noticing when I started going through this, and my sleep cycles were so messed up. And I am someone who needs like 8 to 10 hours of sleep a night. I couldn't sleep. I kept getting up. I would have dreams that would wake me up, and the dreams made sense in the moment, but I'd forget them. I just felt like I couldn't fall back asleep, or when I woke up, I would start thinking about things. And this is a sign that you're going through it, because your subconscious is speaking to you, your higher self is speaking to you when you sleep, and your body and your intuition and your subconscious understands and knows what it means. And so when you start to notice that there are shifts or disturbances in your sleep, it's because your subconscious is waking up, and it's speaking to your conscious mind in new ways. So you're waking up more when you're sleeping, or you're feeling exhausted when you wake up even though you slept. These are all normal things. So yes, get your rest, go to bed early if you can, but just be mindful of this as a symptom that you are going through an awakening that will change your life. Give yourself grace, give yourself ease. Don't give yourself a hard time. And in the middle of the night, if you find that you keep waking up and you just can't fall back asleep, focus on your breath. Focus on telling yourself, I am safe in this moment. Everything is working out for me. That is one thing that really helped me through the sleep disturbances when I went through my own spiritual awakening. The fourth thing is feeling like you are alone. Even if you have many people around you, even if you have a supportive community, if you have supportive family and friends, you might just feel like you are alone. And when you're feeling this, it's because you're going through something that no one else can understand. You alone have this experience. You alone are learning something new about yourself. You alone are stepping forward into the newest version of yourself, and that means that you might need time to process. You might feel like no one else understands it, because in that moment, there might not be anyone else who understands it. But the thing to remember is that you are divinely guided, protected, and loved by those in spirit. And so even when you feel like you are alone or you're feeling lonely, just remember not to isolate yourself. Take time by yourself to kind of process what you're going through and notice what's coming up and journal. But don't isolate yourself. What you need more than anything is love and support in this moment. So notice how you're feeling, pinpoint the isolation, notice what's happening right before or after you feel lonely and isolated, and use that as something that you can unpack even further to heal. Because once you identify why and when you're feeling lonely and isolated, there's always something amazing to discover. And when you discover it, you can move through it in such a better way. The fifth thing is that your intuition gets so strong. And yes, this is amazing and exciting, but sometimes it can be scary, because if you have something in mind, you have something you want to go to, you have someone you want to meet, you have a change that you want to do, but your intuition is telling you, no, don't do that right now. It can kind of play with your mind a little bit, because you are so used to reacting and doing things the way you always did. But when you're undergoing a spiritual awakening, your intuition will speak louder, it'll speak clearer, and you might not always want to listen to what it's saying. And if you don't listen to what it's saying when it's quiet, eventually you'll have to listen to it when it's loud. And that might be when you have a physical issue, when you're feeling exhausted, when something happens in your life to really just wake you up in the moment. So start paying attention to when your intuition speaks to you, and when it's speaking louder, and when it's getting clearer. Take the opportunity that it gives you to trust yourself more, to step into your power, and to know that whatever's coming up for you is for your highest good. So even though some of these symptoms can feel a little bit scary or uncomfortable, there is something better underneath. There is something better supporting you. And when you feel uncomfortable, when you feel scared, when you feel nervous, just give yourself grace and love and support. And when you're on the other side of this, you are going to look back and say, wow, I can't believe I made it through. I can't believe this is where I am now. So if you're watching this and experiencing this, it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you or that you're doing it wrong. It's something that happens to so many of us when we start, and it's something that's not talked about as much. And I'm curious, do you have any of these symptoms? Is there any signs that you've experienced during your awakening that just felt heavy or scary or confusing? Drop them in the comments. I always love reading them, and it's always interesting to see what you are going through, because what you're going through might help someone else who's going through the same thing. If you notice that your intuition is getting stronger, don't forget to watch my longer video on psychic senses, because you might find that you start developing and activating these even more.